In the quiet town of Bath, a tragic fall raises questions that chill to the core. Was it a heartbreaking accident or a calculated murder? This is not just the story of a man whose life ended too soon. It's a dark puzzle wrapped in secrets that have remained hidden within the town's cobblestone pathways and grand manors. Imagine the eerie silence of a seemingly peaceful night, suddenly shattered by the unthinkable. The whispers in the corridors of history, rich Bath hint at more than just a grievous misstep. They suggest deep betrayals, unseen rivalries, and possibly a sinister plot. We are about to journey into a world where nothing is as it seems, and the facade of normalcy masks unfathomable truths. Join us as we delve into this chilling enigma, unraveling the layers of deception that may hide a murder most foul. Stay tuned as the investigation unfolds, promising revelations that could alter everything we think we know about this tragic event. Detective Amelia Harper steps into the spotlight as a beacon of clarity amid the swirling uncertainty. Known for her razor-sharp intellect and meticulous approach, she is the kind of detective who leaves no stone unturned and no question unasked. Raised in the bustling city, Amelia found solace in puzzles and mysteries, immersing herself in the art of deduction from a young age. These early passions translated into a brilliant career, one marked by an impressive track record of solving cases that have baffled others. Her natural affinity for understanding human behavior makes her an invaluable asset in unraveling the intricacies of the most perplexing situations. However, behind the steely exterior lies a woman acquainted with personal loss. Her journey has been tinged with the shadows of tragedy, further fueling her relentless pursuit of justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. In this case, her resolve is deepened by her professional link to Arthur Benson, the victim, whose unexpected death casts a personal shadow over her investigation. This connection injects a palpable urgency into her work, compelling her to peel back the layers of the seemingly tranquil town of Bath. With Amelia at the helm, the investigation is bound to cut through the noise, exposing truths that lie hidden beneath polite facades and whispered secrets. As the story unfolds, watch as she navigates through the tangled web of deception, driven by a blend of professional duty and personal commitment to uncover the truth behind Arthur's tragic demise. The historical allure of Bath is nothing short of enchanting, a town where every corner, every cobblestone holds a story. Walking through its winding streets, one is immediately transported to an era where elegance met opulence, where the past echoes in every beautifully preserved building. The air carries a certain sophistication, but beneath this charm lies a labyrinth of secrets whispered in alcoves of grand manors that have stood the test of time. These stately homes, with their imposing facades and lush gardens, have witnessed countless scandals and silent dramas, their walls absorbing more than just the gentle hum of time passing by. As day gives way to night, shadows cast by gas-lit lanterns dance along the cobbled pathways, creating an atmosphere ripe for mystery. It's here, within Bath's picturesque yet enigmatic surroundings, that the darker currents of human nature find their stage. Wealthy circles gather in the salons and drawing rooms, appearances maintained through polite smiles, while deeper truths simmer just beneath the surface. The town becomes a character in its own right, its historic beauty and tranquil facade concealing the tangled web of intrigue and deceit into which Arthur Benson's tragic story was woven. As we navigate through this setting, it becomes clear that Bath is more than just a backdrop. It is a treacherous theater where the line between appearance and reality blurs with every step. Arthur Benson was a man whose life was as intricately woven as the puzzles he adored. A retired lawyer, Arthur was known for his methodical approach to life and an unwavering love for the art of deduction. His passion for puzzles was more than just a pastime. It was a reflection of his sharp mind and his need to understand the complexities of the world around him. Described by friends as thoughtful and introspective, Arthur took pride in his ability to untangle complications, whether they were legal conundrums or intricate jigsaws. His personal life, however, was far from the organized patterns he cherished. Arthur's marriage, once the picture of bliss, had become a source of quiet sorrow. Recent months had revealed to him the heart-wrenching truth of his wife's affair, a betrayal that struck at the core of his being. This discovery left him unmoored, grappling with a whirlwind of emotions, from disbelief to anger to a profound sense of loss. The days leading up to that fateful night were marked by tension, as Arthur confronted the reality that his once harmonious life was unraveling. The cracks in his marriage grew more pronounced, leaving him in an emotional turmoil that no puzzle could resolve. Those who saw him during this time noted a change, a shadow that seemed to follow him, despite his outward composure. Arthur was caught in a painful conflict, wrestling with the decision of whether to repair what was broken or to accept the inevitable dissolution of his marriage. It was a weighty choice, and one that consumed his thoughts as he walked the familiar path home to the manor that had once been filled with joy. Tragically, it was this inner conflict, interwoven with the unraveling threads of his well-ordered life, that set the stage for the events of that stormy night. A fall whose echoes would reverberate through the quiet town of Bath, leaving behind questions that demanded answers, and a legacy of mystery that Detective Amelia Harper was determined to decipher. A dark and stormy night enveloped the manor, its towering spires silhouetted against the tumultuous sky. Rain lashed furiously, drumming a relentless beat on the slate roof and cascading from the eaves like a curtain of tears. The wind howled through the ancient trees lining the estate, their branches swaying ominously, casting eerie shadows across the cobbled courtyard. Inside, the manor's grand halls, usually filled with the warmth of candlelight, stood in stark silence. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, as if the very walls held their breath, anticipating the unfolding of fate. Within this chilling atmosphere, Arthur Benson moved through the dimly lit corridors with a weighted heart, his thoughts a swirling tempest of turmoil and betrayal. As he approached the great stone stairway, its banisters gleaming faintly under the flickering candlelight, his steps slowed, hesitation seeping into each movement. The air was alive with a palpable tension, a silent whisper that echoed through the empty foyer. In a heartbeat, the quiet night transformed into chaos. Those present would later recount the haunting sound of a sudden, startled cry, followed by the sickening thud of a body meeting unforgiving stone. The manor, once a sanctuary of order and stability, became a scene of unspeakable tragedy. Arthur lay motionless at the base of the stairs, his fall leaving behind more than just physical remnants. It sparked a cascade of haunting questions, questions that seeped into the very foundation of the manor like an unending echo. What caused Arthur Benson to fall on that storm-laden night? Was it the storm within his soul that blinded his steps, or was there a darker hand at play, shrouded by the shadows and rain? As the storm subsided, the manor stood in solemn silence, guarding its secrets within its ancient walls, while the town of Bath grappled with the mystery that would soon captivate its whispers and haunt its dreams. Now let us delve into the intricate web of individuals surrounding Arthur Benson, each weaving a thread in this tapestry of mystery. First, there is Margaret Dawes, the seemingly kind housekeeper, whose presence has been a constant shadow within the manor's walls. Margaret is known for her warm demeanor and diligent service, yet beneath her composed exterior may lie layers of unspoken truths and concealed motives. Her close relationship with Arthur's wife places her at the nexus of household affairs, raising subtle questions about her involvement on that fateful night. Could loyalty have blinded her judgment, or is there a deeper intention concealed within her dutiful silence? Then we turn our gaze to Edward Hastings, a man whose respectable facade as a businessman belies a more complex character. Edward's connections to Arthur extended beyond mere acquaintanceship. Their dealings were marked by financial entanglements and unspoken agreements. His calm composure under scrutiny and the aura of self-assuredness he exudes seem almost rehearsed. Could his polished exterior be a mask for ulterior motives driven by greed or rivalry? In the world of calculations and contracts, perhaps Edward saw Arthur's downfall as an opportunity rather than a tragedy. Lastly, we examine Harold Murray, Arthur's cousin, whose demeanor has often been shadowed by envy. Known for his fiery temperament and strained familial ties, Harold harbored a lingering bitterness towards the Benson legacy. The weight of familial expectations alongside unfulfilled ambitions sets the stage for potential discord. Might Harold's simmering resentment have reached a boiling point, transforming jealousy into something far more sinister? Each suspect, with their own alibis and narratives, forms a crucial piece of the puzzle, a tapestry interwoven with deceit and tension. As the investigation unfolds, these characters step into the spotlight, their intentions cloaked in ambiguity, challenging Detective Harper to untangle the web of motives and truths that could reveal the architect of Arthur Benson's tragic demise. Edward Hastings, a man whose name resounds in the business circles of Bath with an air of respectability and success. His polished charm and sharp business acumen have carved a prominent place for him among the town's elite. Yet beneath this veneer of integrity lies a complexity that might tell a different story. Delving into Edward's life, one finds a labyrinth of deals and partnerships, some of which entwine with the late Arthur Benson. Their business connections were not merely transactional, but rather a complex web of financial ties and obligations, hinting at stakes that could easily sway from cooperation to conflict. Arthur, known for his meticulous nature, perhaps had information or influence that held significant weight in Edward's ventures. This raises compelling questions about whether Arthur's untimely demise could have been a strategic removal rather than a tragic loss. In the wake of Arthur's death, Edward's interactions with Detective Amelia Harper have been revealing yet tightly controlled. He maintains a stoic calmness, a cold composure that seems almost practiced under the scrutiny of investigation. Even as Amelia's penetrating questions challenge the cracks in his facade, Edward offers nothing more than polite deflections, his demeanor akin to a seasoned chess player waiting to see how the board shifts. This behavior alone provokes further intrigue as to whether his self-assuredness is a mark of innocence or the brazen confidence of a man with nothing left to lose. As Detective Harper peels back layers of Edward's dealings, she faces the intricate task of discerning whether his financial motivations could indeed have intertwined with darker intentions. His outward respectability may well mask inner darkness, shaping him into a figure of both interest and suspicion within the unfolding narrative of Arthur Benson's mysterious death. Margaret Dawes, the seemingly gentle housekeeper, has long been an integral yet understated presence within the grandiose walls of the Benson Manor. Her demeanor exudes a warmth that belies the storm of speculation surrounding her role in the unfolding mystery. With decades of unwavering service, Margaret has become a silent fixture, privy to the household's rhythm and secrets, a witness to both its joys and sorrows. Her life intertwines intimately with that of the Benson family, especially with Arthur's wife, a bond that extends beyond mere employment into the realms of friendship and trust. Yet this very closeness breeds suspicion. Could such proximity cultivate false appearances of loyalty while nurturing ulterior motives? The duality of Margaret's life becomes a point of contemplation. Her daytime persona as a dedicated employee contrasts sharply with whispers of a more shadowy existence after sundown. There are murmurs of clandestine meetings and concealed conversations that add layers of complexity to her character. By day, she remains the epitome of diligence and care, but by night, is she someone entirely different, motivated by personal ambitions or hidden resentments? Arthur's untimely demise places Margaret in a delicate position, her connection with his wife adding a tangled thread to the narrative. Was she a confidante, or did she harbor secrets that could sway allegiances? Margaret's interactions with Detective Harper further fuel the intrigue. Her responses are well measured, each word carefully weighed, neither revelatory nor dismissive, maintaining a balance that suggests knowledge yet restrains truth. As the mystery deepens, the audience is left to ponder. Does Margaret cloak herself in an image of benevolence only to hide a deeper intent? Could her long-standing service disguise a personal vendetta waiting quietly in the wings? Margaret Dawes stands at the complex intersection of loyalties and deceptions, her true intentions veiled, inviting speculation and leaving one to wonder if she holds a key piece to the puzzle that is Arthur Benson's tragic end. Harold Murray, the cousin whose presence has long lingered at the periphery of the Benson family, is a character shaped by complex emotions and an unshakable sense of bitterness. Raised within the shadow of the prosperous Benson legacy, Harold's life has been marked by a ceaseless comparison to his wealthier relatives. This perceived inequality has fostered a deep-seated envy, a churning resentment that has simmered beneath the surface for years. Known among close circles for his fiery temperament, Harold has often found himself at odds with the expectations placed upon him as a member of this distinguished family. His relationship with Arthur Benson was notably strained, a connection defined less by familial bonds and more by underlying tension and rivalry. There were frequent moments of friction between the two, occasions where harsh words and seething silences revealed the cracks in their kinship. Harold viewed Arthur's successes and the prestige of the Benson name as constant reminders of his own perceived inadequacies, feeding a narrative of rivalry that he found difficult to escape. As the investigation into Arthur's death unfolds, questions arise about Harold's possible motives. Could his pent-up jealousy and unfulfilled ambitions have driven him to act in a manner that would permanently alter the family dynamic? Instances of sharp confrontations between Harold and Arthur have been recounted, exchanges that paint a picture of a relationship fraught with unresolved tensions and unspoken grievances. Harold's demeanor and actions during the days leading up to the fateful event draw a shadow of doubt over his innocence, compelling Detective Amelia Harper to consider whether familial envy could indeed have played a pivotal role in the tragedy. With every revelation, Harold Murray's role in the Benson saga becomes more pronounced, leaving us to ponder the extent to which jealousy can blur the lines between kinship and animosity. A misplaced shoe print discovered near the base of the grand stairway serves as a haunting clue in the tangled mystery of Arthur Benson's untimely death. Its deep imprint on the rain-drenched ground contrasts sharply with the other mudded patterns, hinting at a presence that did not belong. The size and style subtly differ from those of Arthur's known footwear, raising questions about who else might have been there on that stormy night, lurking in the shadows. Was this an accidental impression left amidst the chaos, or a deliberate attempt to mislead those who would investigate? As Detective Amelia Harper examines this perplexing evidence, her mind races through the possibilities, each step leading her into the heart of a deeper enigma. Among Arthur's personal effects, another puzzle awaits, a cryptic note tucked away between the pages of a favorite detective novel. Its contents remain tantalizingly vague, a series of numbers and letters that form a code begging to be unraveled. Does it hold the key to understanding the motivations behind his fall, or is it merely an innocuous remnant of his passion for puzzles? With each glance, the note seems to whisper secrets only the shrewd might hear. Yet the path to truth is not straightforward, for the investigation's landscape is littered with red herrings that cloud the reality Detective Harper seeks to unveil. Whispers abound, swirling through Bath's cobblestone streets, each rumor a thread that complicates the tapestry of truth. Staged evidence, planted perhaps to divert suspicion, challenges Amelia at every turn. Hearsay becomes a potent force, shaping perceptions and veiling the facts as townsfolk exchange stories, filled with embellishments and half-truths. The line between reality and illusion blurs, testing Amelia's resolve and determination. Each piece of misleading information she encounters only intensifies her focus, driving her to sift through the shadows to illuminate the true nature of Arthur Benson's demise. In this labyrinth of facts and fabrications, it becomes ever more crucial for her to discern the genuine from the guise, piecing together the real story hidden within the chaos of conflicting evidence. As the mystery deepens, the stakes grow higher, and the pulse of Bath beats ever faster, urging Detective Harper onward in her quest for justice. Detective Harper's investigation methodology involves a blend of meticulous analysis and intuitive leaps, combining the hard facts of forensics with the softer, often overlooked cues of human interaction. As she pieces together the evidence from Arthur Benson's tragic fall, Amelia employs a methodical approach, scrutinizing each piece of information with a keen eye for detail. Her background in psychology gives her an edge, allowing her to read between the lines of witness statements and decipher unspoken truths from subtle gestures. She approaches each clue as a part of a larger puzzle, fitting them together patiently until the broader picture emerges. Her interviews with the townsfolk play a vital role in her investigation, as she navigates the intricate web of social connections that define Bath's community. Amelia's ability to establish rapport encourages residents to share their stories, revealing alibis and hidden truths that might otherwise remain buried beneath layers of polite civility. She listens actively, recognizing that sometimes the key to unlocking a mystery lies not in what is said, but in what is left unsaid. Her keen understanding of human behavior enables her to detect slight hesitations and changes in tone, which might indicate deception or concealment. These interactions are not merely procedural, they are journeys into the psyche of those involved, each conversation peeling back yet another layer of the town's enigmatic history. As she continues her investigation, Amelia Harper's steadfast dedication to justice begins to unearth the secrets that Bath's charming facade has long concealed, inching ever closer to the truth behind Arthur Benson's untimely death. Revelations and twists unfold in a manner that promises to hold the audience in rapt attention. As Detective Amelia Harper probes deeper into the heart of this sinister mystery, she stumbles upon a cache of Arthur Benson's hidden letters, a discovery that ignites a series of startling revelations. These letters, meticulously penned and tucked away in a discreet compartment within his study, offer a window into Arthur's private world, one shadowed by familial betrayals that had long simmered beneath the surface. Each letter is a puzzle piece, revealing a tangled web of intrigue, envy, and unspoken grievances. It becomes increasingly apparent to Amelia that Arthur's tragic fall was more than just an isolated incident. It was the culmination of a legacy of deceit stretching beyond his immediate relationship woes. As she sifts through the correspondence, a haunting narrative begins to emerge, a story of trust broken and alliances shifted, with each piece of written evidence exposing motives that dent the polished veneer of those closest to him. Among the most damning revelations is an exchange detailing an ongoing power struggle within the family, a bitter battle for control and inheritance that adds layers of complexity to his apparent demise. The letters unveil clandestine agreements and concealed transactions that hint at possible financial manipulation, suggesting that Arthur's fall could have been orchestrated as part of a larger scheme. Amelia deftly connects these revelations to those involved, her sharp mind weaving through the deceptive threads. She uncovers connections between seemingly unrelated events and discerns patterns that link the suspects with Arthur's hidden life. Her relentless pursuit of truth begins to reshape the investigation, shifting its focus from a straightforward inquiry into a broader examination of the undercurrents that drove these family dynamics. This narrative of hidden secrets and betrayals challenges previous assumptions, thrusting the investigation into an unexpected direction. Each twist unearths deeper truths, echoing the unpredictability of human motives and the dark shadows they cast. As Amelia's revelations unfold, the case morphs into a complex tableau, where the line between accident and intent grows ever fainter, leaving viewers to ponder the true depth of deception lurking beneath Bath's historic charm. Detective Amelia Harper orchestrates a gathering at the very heart of the drama, the Grand Manor, its imposing presence lending an air of tension to the proceedings. Within its historic walls, the echoes of Arthur Benson's fateful night are brought back to life, setting the stage for a revelation that promises to unravel the tangled web of deceit that has ensnared the quiet town of Bath. The suspects, each harboring their own secrets and suspicions, arrive under the guise of a social assembly, their expressions laden with anticipation and guarded curiosity. The atmosphere is thick with unspoken tension, as if the very air is charged with the weight of impending truth. Amelia, with her signature composure, stands ready to unveil the intricate story that has slowly unfurled through relentless investigation and astute observation. She recounts the events leading to Arthur's mysterious fall, piecing together the timeline with precision, her words holding the room captive. As she approaches the climax of her narrative, Amelia's gaze turns to Edward Hastings, whose facade of confidence has begun to show cracks under the scrutiny. With calculated calmness, Amelia lays bare his motives, painting a vivid picture of greed and jealousy that marred his dealings with Arthur. The room falls into a tense silence as she reveals the findings, the weight of her words hanging in the air. Amelia methodically connects the dots, exposing Edward's financial entanglements and the threats he perceived to his ambitions, which culminated in an act of desperation. The evidence unfolds, undeniable and compelling, confronting Edward with the reality of his actions. Amidst gasps and murmurs, Edward's carefully constructed veneer begins to crumble. His voice, once steady, now wavers as he attempts to defend himself against the mounting accusations. The confrontation reaches its peak when Amelia presents the decisive evidence, a transaction linked directly to Edward that manipulated Arthur's financial position, signaling betrayal rather than mere coincidence. Faced with the incontrovertible truth, Edward's defiance transforms into a trembling admission, his words a stark contrast to the cold persona he had maintained. The room, once filled with the spectre of doubt, now resonates with the resounding echo of justice as Edward Hastings, exposed and defeated, succumbs to the truth of his own making. In this tapestry of deceit and ambition, Detective Harper's unwavering pursuit of justice stands as a beacon, illuminating the shadows that once cloaked Arthur Benson's tragic fate. As the evening draws to a close, Bath's whispers of speculation give way to a newfound clarity, the town forever marked by the revelation that shattered its veneer of tranquility. Deception and betrayal form the crux of this haunting tale, weaving a narrative that is as intricate as it is unsettling. These themes are reflected not only in the overt actions of the characters, but also in the nuanced settings where the drama unfolds. The grand manor, with its opulent facade, mirrors the duplicity of the lives lived within its walls, where appearances deceive and truths are concealed. Each character in this saga embodies elements of deception, such as Edward Hastings' respectable front that masks a web of greed-driven machinations, or Margaret Dawes' seemingly unwavering loyalty, shadowed by whispers of hidden agendas. Harold Murray's bitter envy stands as a testament to the destructive power of long-held grudges, revealing how betrayal can stem not only from overt actions, but also from the festering emotions it engenders over time. Within Arthur Benson's world, the quest for truth is a labyrinthine journey fraught with misdirections, where even the seemingly trustworthy become suspect. The quiet town of Bath, with its cobblestone streets and historic allure, serves as the perfect backdrop for this exploration, a place where the idyllic surface belies the darker currents of human emotions lurking beneath. Here, deception is not merely a plot point, but a pervasive force that shapes human interactions, highlighting the fragility of trust and the ease with which appearances can be manipulated. As we reflect on the unraveling of this tale, it becomes evident that the shadows of betrayal weigh heavily not just on its immediate victims, but ripple outward, challenging our perceptions of innocence and guilt. Ultimately, This chilling narrative invites us to ponder the profound impact of deceit and the lengths individuals will go to protect their secrets, leaving us with lingering questions about the true nature of those around us and the hidden truths that may lie just beyond the surface of what is seen. In summary, the unraveling of Arthur Benson's tragic fall reveals a world where shadows conceal the darkest of human motives. Detective Amelia Harper's relentless pursuit of truth illuminated the path from chaos to clarity, exposing Edward Hastings' calculated deceit driven by greed and jealousy. Her unwavering dedication served justice, transforming what seemed an insurmountable enigma into a narrative of accountability and closure. The manor, once cloaked in silent secrets, now stands as a testament to the power of perseverance and the triumph of truth over subterfuge. This tale reminds us of the fragile boundary between accident and murder, inviting reflection on the choices and moral dilemmas that define our humanity. As you ponder these mysteries and their implications, share your thoughts on the fine line between fate and intent, and the intricate web of decisions that shape our lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Bath's hidden truths. If this story captivated you, make sure to subscribe for more intrigue-filled narratives. Hit the like button and click the notification bell to stay updated with our latest mysteries. Your support helps us continue uncovering stories that challenge and inspire.